He'd even rolled up his sleeves, pretending they were by some sunlit blue bay in Ithaca at Frikes in the morning sun, with bitter coffee and baklava. God, summer, so far away. And then something in the sound of his laughter changed, and she was calling out. 21 minutes while she and the barmaid took turns giving him CPR till the ambulance came. Paramedics who didn't know that he was one of them. But everybody knew that it was too long. Her eyes were still full of the tears of laughter he'd reduced her to. She didn't feel it was right for him to die while her hair was this stupid blue. She wanted to kiss him, but once the pros arrived, she couldn't get near him for Kit. CPR, our last kiss. After a while, alone and almost furtive by the trolley in A&E, she took her father's wedding ring from her forefinger and put it on his finger, third finger, left hand. And she took his stupid rock and roll silver skull ring and put it on her own. I do, she tried to say. You do too. They'd been going to. He'd actually proposed the day they met, in the mud bath of a Glastonbury crowd bouncing around to the Fratellis. Nico had intervened when a drunk stranger was being difficult during Chelsea Dagger. Listen, he'd said, go away. And the resulting joshing ended up with him proposing to her. A year later, he'd given her a diamond. No mud. But they'd never got round to the actual wedding. It seemed absurd, actually getting married. But a romantic revelation had crept up on them. This was love. This every day. This supporting each other. Me supporting him, mostly, she often thought. But you know. The diamond fitted snugly now with the skull, like a tiny flower behind its ear, holding it on. She stood on the deck of the launch in the black and white Dalmatian print fake fur coat she had decided was just the thing for the occasion. Well, what the hell do you wear? She thought. To denote courage, devil-may-care desperation, determination. I'm going to make it through today, I am. It's required. She'd cut her hair because she didn't know what to do. Slaughtered the peroxide strands with the blue tips and the little tumbling fringe. Sent it to the cancer charity for children. Her head now wore a soft fuzz of its natural dark brown, and she'd a feeling she looked like Sinead O'Connor back in the day. Sinead was a lovely-looking woman, but it wasn't what she wanted people to be thinking about when they were shouldering his coffin to the boat. Still, she'd done it now, so... To the northeast, she saw the red and white lighthouse of the Needles standing proud against blue sky. Southwest was the wide horizon down to the Atlantic. Behind her, 100 people on a bright, terrible, unseasonably sunny morning out on the Solent in boats, all saying, I had no idea he wanted to be buried at sea. But that's the good thing about dying young. Lots of friends still around to come to your funeral. Look, darling, they all came, and they're all in bloody boats. Who knew? She'd let his mum arrange it all. She was hardly going to make a fuss when Marina was ringing her, wanting to know if she thought it would be all right, as there was no grave in the earth, to ask the sea burial people if they could throw the grains of wheat into the sea, or should they just do it without saying anything. Róisín had no opinion about that. Nobody knew where his will was. Lots of his family were there, lighting candles in loaves of bread and keening. 23 of hers. Declan with the good voice sang the parting glass. Dimitri with the even better voice sang the one about, I gave you rosewater, you gave me poison. The works. He died. Damn you, you utter bastard, darling. Cavafy was recited, of course. Ithaca. Kind of compulsory. Don't hurry the journey at all. Better if it lasts for years. She hardly heard it. There was nothing in her to consider how inappropriate that was. And Tennyson. Sunset and evening star, and one clear call for me. And may there be no moaning of the bar when I put out to sea. The kind men in uniform put the lilies aside and flicked the flag away. Nico's coffin, plain new wood, heavily weighted, had been drilled through with more holes than she had expected. It was so quick. The men tipped it into the sea, green and choppy here, mercury silver in the distance. Bloody sea, you can't trust it. And it sank. She wasn't crying because she didn't want to set people off, to raise the water level. She watched the bubbles swaying as they rose. Goodbye, adio, filamu, slán.